So I'm going to add this to the bottom of your notes. This is number 21 on your worksheet. And I want to point out a couple things to you. It has down, it says CGD is 4x plus 2. So I actually put mine in my drawing. I recommend to you, you put it in your drawing as well. And it says that this DGE is 3x minus 5. And it says this is 2x plus 10. And it doesn't tell you anything else. So I wanted to draw 21 for you in your notes so that you'll have an idea of something that I haven't quite explained, but I want to make sure that you know, because even on the front side, you're going to see this stuff too. When you see these arcs, when you see arcs, I'm going to highlight what I mean by an arc. When you see arcs, I'm going to draw an arrow to it. This thing and this thing. I'm going to do another one right there. Those mean something. A single arc and a single arc means those two angles are congruent. Means they are, and I'm going to use the symbol for congruent. If you want to write out the word, go ahead and write out the word. When you see those arcs, they are congruent. If you see two double arcs, if two double arcs are the same as each other, then that means they are congruent to each other. A double arc and a double arc means those two are the same. If you see a triple arc and a triple arc, they are the same as each other. Okay? So when I'm doing this problem, the very first thing I see is there's an arc here, which means these two angles are congruent to each other. They're the same size. So when I'm doing this problem, the very first thing I set up is 3x minus 5 is the same as, which other one? 2x plus 10. So when you're attacking 21, that's the first thing that should jump out at you. And you're using that same picture for 21, 22, and 23. So now that you know that, I can subtract 2x and get x minus 5 equals 10, and you can add 5, and you can get that x is 15. It does not say stop when you get x. It actually asks you to find the angle measures and check your work. So if I know this is 15, I can plug it back in and find out what this angle is. 2 times 15 plus 10. Then we can figure out what EGF is, the measure of angle EGF. We can find the measure of angle DGE. And then we can find the measure of angle CGD as well. How do you figure it out? You plug it back in. 15 times 2. I know what that is. That's 30. Plus 10. 30 plus 10 is 40 degrees. So I know that's what the answer is there for EGF. And if this is congruent to that one, since they're congruent to each other, then that means DGE has to also be 40 degrees. So the very last one, CGD, I still plug in 15. 4 times 15 plus 2. I believe that's 60 plus 2 gives me that it's 62 degrees. I wanted you to have that as an example for 21. You'll be doing a slightly different problem for 22 and 23, but they're very close to each other. That way you have that as an example.